My sister lied and said my husband cheated, so I divorced him, only to learn the truth too late, and now he wants nothing to do with me. I don't even know how to explain this without sounding like the worst person alive. Maybe I am, but I need to say it. I need to see it written out somewhere, so I stopped pretending I didn't fucking destroy the one person who ever loved me unconditionally. 3 months ago, I divorced my husband because my sister told me he was cheating. I didn't ask questions. I didn't confront him. I didn't even give him a chance. I just believed her. Because she's my sister. Because she's always been the one person I could trust. She raised me when our mom bailed. She protected me from our stepdad when he got drunk. She's blunt, bossy, always right, and yeah, sometimes a little mean. But that's Lana. That's just who she is. And she's never lied to me. At least I didn't think she had. So when she showed up at my apartment one night with this look on her face, not smug, not gloating, just serious, and said, "You need to know what Ethan's doing behind your back," I listened. She told me one of her friends saw Ethan out at a restaurant, holding hands with some woman, laughing, touching her arm. She said they looked way too cozy for it to be innocent. I told her she must have been mistaken, and that's when she pulled up the texts, screenshots. Ethan texting someone saved as M, saying sheet like, "Last night was amazing," and "I needed that more than you know." Timestamps matched the night he told me he was working late. I didn't say anything to her. I just stared at the screen and nodded while my whole body went cold. I don't even remember the drive home. I remember walking through the door and seeing him on the couch with our dog, and just feeling like I couldn't breathe. He looked up at me, smiled, asked how my day was. I said fine, and locked myself in the bathroom. I didn't say anything that night, or the next, or the next. I pulled away instead. I stopped talking, stopped touching him, slept on the edge of the bed, watched him closely like I was waiting to catch him in something, but he never acted different. He made coffee for me every morning, kissed my shoulder, asked if something was wrong, and I said, "No, I'm just tired." A week later, I served him divorce papers. No warning, no fight, just handed them over while he was making dinner. He didn't yell, he didn't cry, he just stood there holding the envelope and looking at me like I'd grown a second head. Then he said, "You didn't even ask." And I didn't. That's the part that keeps replaying in my head. I didn't even fucking ask. He moved out 2 days later, left everything behind. The keys, the couch, the stupid dog that always followed him more than me. He didn't beg, he didn't text, he just disappeared. Lana said, "Good, you're finally free. I never liked how soft you got with him. He made you weak." And I believed that too. For a minute. I told myself I was doing the right thing. That I was being strong. That maybe I dodged something worse down the line. But now I'm sitting here in an apartment that feels like a grave, wondering what the hell I just did. And I think I fucked up my entire life because I listened to the wrong person. Update 1. I thought he'd fight for me. That's the part that still messes with my head. Somewhere in my mind, I expected yelling. Demands. At least a why. I thought he'd argue, defend himself, chase me down like some dramatic scene in a movie. But he didn't. He read the papers, looked at me, said, "You didn't even ask." And that was it. He packed a bag that night, took one change of clothes, his laptop, and a book he was halfway through, left the dog, left the apartment we built together, left the framed photo of us on the bookshelf that I couldn't bring myself to throw away after he was gone. 48 hours. That's how long it took for him to vanish from my life. I kept waiting for the text. "You know the one. Let's talk." It never came. Instead, I got silence. A silence so loud it felt like punishment. People talk about heartbreak like it's fire or glass or drowning, but they don't talk about the part where you just wait, where every buzz from your phone hits like a defibrillator and it's never him. I wanted him to come back so I could pretend he was the one who needed to explain something, that he owed me closure, that he had to prove his innocence. But deep down, I knew. He wasn't coming because I didn't give him a reason to stay. I fucking wrecked us without a conversation, without a single question. Just blind trust in Lana's word and a handful of vague screenshots that I never even tried to verify. And the more time that passed, the more I started remembering shit I hadn't let myself think about. Like the way he rubbed my back until I fell asleep every night, the year I lost my job, the time I had a breakdown in the grocery store and he sat with me in the parking lot for an hour, holding my hand and asking, "What do you need from me right now?" He wasn't perfect. No one is. But he was good. He was patient in ways I didn't even know I needed until now. He loved me, and I know that sounds simple, but the kind of love he gave wasn't loud or dramatic. It was the kind that's just there, showing up every day like clockwork. And I threw it out like trash because my sister didn't like how he folded laundry or how quiet he was at family dinners. She was weirdly smug after the divorce, said she always knew he wasn't built for me, that she was glad I came to my senses, that now I could get back to being my old self. Whatever the hell that means, I didn't feel relieved. I felt sick. Like I'd amputated a part of myself just to make someone else feel better. And I know what you're probably thinking. Why didn't you fact check? Why didn't you ask him? Why didn't you use your damn brain? I don't know, honestly. Maybe because I thought trusting my sister was the same as trusting myself. She's always been my ride or die, my protector, the one who picked up the pieces every time I fucked something up. She was there before Ethan ever was. She held me when our mom left. She punched my ex in the face when he cheated on me at 21. She always said, "I'd rather hurt you with the truth than comfort you with a lie." So when she showed me those screenshots, I didn't question it. Because questioning her felt like betrayal, and now I'm starting to wonder if not questioning her was the bigger betrayal, the one that cost me the man who never stopped showing up for me until I gave him a reason to stop. Anyway, 3 months have passed. I haven't heard from him. Not even a like on an old post. It's like I never existed. And for the first time in my life, I'm realizing that trust isn't just about believing someone. It's about who you're willing to hurt to keep believing them. And I hurt the wrong person. Edit. Figured I'd just put this here because I keep getting the same messages and yeah, I fucking get it. Why didn't you just ask him? I don't have a good answer. I just didn't. I was angry and humiliated and thought if I asked and he was cheating, I'd look even more pathetic for needing confirmation. So I convinced myself silence equals strength. It wasn't. It was cowardice. Did you even look at the texts closely? Number. Not really. I saw, "Last night was amazing," and that was it. Didn't check the contact name. Didn't think about context. I just saw what I expected to see. Lana spoon-fed it, and I ate it up. Are you seriously blaming your sister for this? Number, I mean, yeah, she lied. But I still chose to believe her without question. I let her opinion of him outweigh everything I knew about who he actually was. That's on me. She didn't sign the divorce papers. I did. Did he cheat before or give you a reason not to trust him? Never. Not once. He was loyal to a fault. I'm realizing now the only red flag was that he never fought back when I iced him out because he respected my space. And I twisted that into guilt. He literally didn't do shit wrong. What does your sister say now? She acts like she saved me from something. She still believes she did the right thing. I haven't told her much since I found out the truth. She doesn't deserve access to me anymore. Do you actually regret it or just regret losing him? Both. I regret not trusting him. I regret losing someone who treated me with patience and kindness. I regret hurting someone who never gave me a reason to doubt him. I regret becoming the kind of person who nukes everything first and asks questions later. I know some of you are saying I deserve to sit in it. And honestly, you're right. I do. I'm not here asking for sympathy. I'm just writing it down because the silence in my own head is worse. That's it. Next update's probably gonna be worse. Update 2. South, I found out who M was. And it wasn't some random woman. Wasn't a coworker or a fling or someone he met at a bar. It was his fucking cousin, Marla. The texts. "Last night was amazing," and "I needed that more than you know." Yeah, those were real. But the context? That's what I never asked about. That's what Lana never gave me. Because last night was when Marla had a miscarriage. A late one. Bad. She was visiting town to see family, and she ended up in the ER. Ethan stayed with her the whole night. The amazing part was about the nurse who took care of her. The "I needed that." It was about being there for his family during a trauma. I called Marla myself, found her on Facebook through one of his old posts. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely type. She was cold at first. Short answers. I get it. I'm the woman who ghosted her cousin over a cheating lie. But after a few minutes, I just told her, Please, I think I made a huge mistake, and I need the truth." She sighed so hard it sounded like disappointment through the phone. Then she told me everything. They'd gone out to eat after the ER because she hadn't eaten all day. He held her hand across the table while she cried. That's what Lana's friend saw. A cousin consoling a cousin. Marla even sent me photos from that night. One was taken in the hospital waiting room. Another was of Ethan helping her into a cab, time-stamped. Same day Lana said he was sneaking around. I sat on my kitchen floor and stared at my phone for what felt like hours. I fucking left him over a moment of compassion. A moment I would have been proud of if I had actually known the man I married, if I hadn't let someone else rewrite who he was in my head. And Lana, I showed her everything. The texts, the photos, Marla's message. You know what she said? She shrugged, and said, "I thought he'd hurt you eventually. Better now than later." No apology, no guilt. Not even a flicker of shame. Just this cold, calculated logic like she had done me a favor, like she was still the hero in all this. I don't even remember what I said to her. I just remember walking out and slamming the door so hard, a picture frame fell off the wall. I haven't spoken to her since. I've spent the last 2 weeks trying to figure out how to fix this, how to undo what I did. I wrote Ethan an email, 3 pages, not begging, just explaining. Owning every bit of it, told him I was wrong, told him I should have come to him first, told him that the worst part of all this is knowing he was innocent, and I never even gave him the decency of a fucking conversation. His reply? 6 words. "You believed her over me. Goodbye." That was it. No punctuation, no emotion, just done. And I don't blame him. I replay the day I handed him those papers over and over in my head. The look in his eyes. Not anger, just this hurt, like something deep inside him cracked, and I walked away like it meant nothing. All because my sister, the person I trusted more than anyone, snapped her fingers, and I folded. Update 3. I've been trying to run into him. Yeah, I know how that sounds. I've shown up at places I know he used to go. Bookstore, the dog park, our friend's housewarming. I went to his mom's church last week just to sit in the back and see if he was there. He wasn't, but she saw me, didn't even say hi, just gave me a look like, really? He's avoiding me, fully, on purpose, and I can't even blame him. I finally saw him at a friend's wedding. I didn't know he'd be there. We locked eyes once across the room, and he looked away immediately. I waited until he was outside. He was standing alone. I walked over and asked if we could talk. He didn't yell, didn't even raise his voice. He just looked at me and said, "You threw me away because your sister said jump, and now you want me to fix it?" I didn't know what to say. I cried. I said I messed up. I told him I knew the truth now, that Lana lied, that it wasn't what I thought, that I should have asked, that I should have trusted him. He looked straight at me and said, "You didn't even ask. You didn't even effing ask." Then he walked back inside. No drama, no fight, just done. And honestly, I think that hurt worse than if he screamed at me. He's really gone. Update 4. He blocked me. Phone, email, everything. I found out when I tried to send a dumb, "hope you're okay" text, and it turned green. Checked Instagram. Gone. Checked Facebook. Unfriended. That was 2 days ago. I've just been sitting with it. No distractions left. No plans to try and run into him anymore. He's made it clear. I crossed a line there's no walking back from. I went low contact with Lana. Not full no contact yet. She still texts me like nothing happened. Sends memes. Sends a TikTok the other day and said, "This reminds me of you. Like we're still good." Like she didn't nuke my entire fucking life with one lie. I haven't responded in a week. The worst part is, she still doesn't get it. I think in her mind she saved me. She thinks she protected me from some imaginary version of Ethan she made up in her head. She doesn't get that I'd rather have been hurt by the truth than live with what I did to him now. I'm in therapy. Not gonna lie, the first session was brutal. I walked in thinking I was just going to talk about trust issues or whatever. Ended up sobbing about how I don't even know if I trust myself anymore, and how I'm scared I never really did. I keep going back to the night I handed him those papers. The look on his face, not shock, not anger, just hurt. Like I'd become someone he didn't recognize. And maybe I had. I write in a journal now. My therapist suggested it. Half the pages are just, "Why did I believe her?" written over and over. I don't know, because it was easier, because it made sense at the time, because part of me thought it would be less painful to burn it down than wait for it to fall apart on its own. But it wasn't falling apart. He wasn't cheating. He wasn't anything she said he was. He loved me, and I fucking lit a match to that love because I didn't think I needed to hear his side. Now he's happy, from what I've heard. He's seeing someone, a nurse. She looks sweet. My friend sent me a photo from their group dinner. He had that little smile, the one I haven't seen since before I ruined everything. Final update, what trust used to feel like. He blocked me. Phone, email, socials, all of it. I found out when my number wouldn't go through and my email bounced back. So yeah, that's it. It's done. Fully. I kept thinking maybe he'd come around, that if I gave it time, if I showed I was sorry, if I explained it right, maybe there'd be space for something, not even getting back together, just acknowledgement. But I don't think he even wants that. I don't blame him. I believed a lie without asking him anything, just ran with it, served him papers, let him pack up his life and walk out without a fight. Then I showed up months later like that didn't happen. I ruined it, and I can't undo it. Lana's out of my life. Blocked her too. She still doesn't get it. Still sends texts like, I was just looking out for you, and he was never the one. I can't hear it anymore. Not after everything. So yeah, he's moved on. I haven't. He's with someone else now. A friend sent me a picture of them at a dinner. I stared at it way too long. He looks happy. I'm in therapy now, trying to figure out how to live with it. That's all there is. No closure, no fix, just the consequences. I believed the wrong person. I didn't ask the right one. And now he's gone. That's the update. Don't expect another one.